So we've been in court for just about 4 hours. Today is my court date for me being arrested in that park right there, in the circle right there, on July 3rd. On July 3rd, I was peacefully protesting for my brother's falsified police report, my brother's treatment inside the jail. The 7 inmates that were murdered inside the jail: Juan Campos, 18-year-old Juan Campos, Robert Reed, Delwayne Fox Jr., and Mohammed Ikram Sherdil. The mothers of these inmates have pictures of their sons' faces bashed in from a beating. So I have evidence that this jail murdered these inmates. And I have evidence that my brother's police report has been falsified. My brother has been beaten inside the jail. When we talk about my brother's falsified police report, my brother was beaten and sexually assaulted inside the jail in the process of us going to internal affairs. There's a video inside the jail where a CCTV confirmed by the FBI, Supervisor Special Agent Huckle, confirmed that he saw a CCTV video where my brother was handcuffed behind his back, beaten by a correctional officer, carried unconscious into another cell, and beaten up again. So on July 3rd, I was protesting in the park right there. It's public property. I'm exercising my First Amendment, and I'm talking about my brother's falsified police report. I held a sign that says, "Commonwealth Amy Ashworth protects a jail that murders, allows a jail to murder inmates." Commonwealth Amy Ashworth looks out her window, the prosecutor's office, smiles, waves at me. 5 minutes later, the sheriff comes out and puts me in handcuffs. Now, I wasn't resisting. I was not resisting. I was peacefully exercising my First Amendment. The sheriff comes out and he puts me in handcuffs. I've been in court today for just about 4 hours. Right behind me, I find the jail lawyer, Pandek, is sitting in the stand. I find Prosecutor Sarah Sammy, my brother's prosecutor, who's moving forward with a falsified police report on my brother, sitting in the stand. I find Sheriff Deputy Terry in the stand, same officer that was there when I got arrested. Sheriff Glenn Hill is there. Now some things come out during the trial before we move forward in the trial. The sheriff apparently plays golf with the judge. The judge says, "I just want to let everybody know that I play golf with the sheriff, Sheriff Glenn Hill. That my daughter, who is a lawyer, rents half the building. My daughter, who is a lawyer, I have a building that I rented out to Casey Stevens." Casey Stevens is a lawyer that stole our money, $50,000, and apparently have withheld evidence and had a relationship with the investigator that falsified my brother's police report. It's a conflict of interest. That's the same lawyer that assaulted my mother on video. Now, apparently the judge has a building and he's renting it out to Casey Stevens, half to Casey Stevens, half to his daughter, who's a lawyer. He plays golf with the sheriff, Sheriff Glenn Hill. The prosecutor son is they're congratulating each other, where the prosecutor's son just got nominated to be a judge. There's so much conflict of interest here that the judge is not partial to giving a fair decision. There's so much conflict of interest. We move forward with the case anyway. The judge hears the case, hears my lawyer's case, hears the prosecutor's case, and then they come back with they call my lawyer. The judge calls the lawyer and the prosecutor to the judge's chambers in the back. We can't hear what they're talking about. My lawyer comes back. He says the judge wants to know if you're willing to take a deal where you stay away from the property, from public property, for 6 months. Stay away from the court altogether for 6 months. And this won't be on your record. You can still sue if you want, but this won't be on your record. But you stay away from this property, this public property, for 6 months. I said, absolutely not.
Community's watching.
Absolutely not. I have evidence that I'm on public property, exercising my First Amendment.
Yep, and I was with this.
Now,
This is abusive authority.
this is abusive authority. It's 100% abusive
You're
authority.
calling out the murders happening under their watch.
I'm calling out the murders that happen inside the jail. I'm calling out my brother's falsified police report, and the sheriff comes out and puts me in handcuffs. Now, I have every right to be on that property. This is public property. It's under my First Amendment.
Yep.
And I'm here to tell the Sheriff Glen Hill, sir, you have a badge and a uniform for 20 years. Just because you have a badge and a uniform for 20 years doesn't give you the right to infringe on my First Amendment.
To discriminate.
Like what my brother just said, discriminate.
No
What are you
policy,
doing, Sheriff?
No law, no rent,
What are
no
you doing,
rent
Sheriff?
procedure.
What are you doing, Sheriff? There are seating benches right there. There's an ashen tray right there. There is no sign that says this is not public property. This is public property. And if you think that I'm going to walk away from exercising my First Amendment, if you think I'm going to walk away from exercising my First Amendment, sir, you're madly mistaken. You're here, you're arresting me because you want to tell this county, that be careful if you do what this guy is doing. And what am I doing? I'm talking about my brother falsified police report, and I'm talking about the inmates that have been unalived inside your jail. You want to tell this county by arresting me on my own camera, arresting me on my own video. You want to tell this county at large, be careful. Be careful. If you think twice before you come out and peacefully do what this guy is doing. If we step on you, if we violate you, be careful. Think twice to come out and do what this guy is doing. Talk about what we've done to you. You want to make an example out of me to this county and show this county, you know that I have a giant platform on social media. You know the community is listening and watching what happens here. So you decided to arrest me on my own camera to show this county and tell this county that you don't have a First Amendment here. That this is not the United States. This is the United States of Sheriff Glen Hill. Well, Sheriff, I'm here to tell you that this is the United States, and I do have a First Amendment. You want to make an example out of me, Sheriff? I'm going to make an example out of you. Whatever outcome comes out today, now I know the judge is not partial. He plays golf with the sheriff. He's renting out a building to our previous attorney who sabotaged the case and had a relationship with the investigator that falsified the police report. We know he's not partial. Whatever happens today in General District Court, this is a kangaroo court. Whatever happens today, I'm going to appeal it, and I'm going to take it all the way to federal court. Heck, I'll take it all the way to the Supreme Court. I have a First Amendment. I did 2 contracts overseas. We did 3 years. My 2015, 16, and 17 was overseas. We are civilian contractors. We're not military, we're civilian contractors. We served this country at that capacity. The reason that you have a sheriff that has a badge and uniform is because we did time overseas. The reason you have a court system, the reason you have a community is because we were sent overseas and we served this country at that capacity. To come here and tell us that we do not have a First Amendment, think again. And I promise you, I will hold you accountable. And I'm here to tell you, I do have a First Amendment.